Welcome to GCRD Technologies. Usage of programming in Selenium Test Environment. Say, software testing can be done into two ways. One is traditional manual testing. Another is automation testing or automated testing. See, we have several types of automated testing. Functional automation testing, performance automation testing, mobile automation testing, next API and web services or API or web services testing. Both are not same. All web services are APIs and not vice versa. API is superior. Okay, API, web services testing, etc. In these automation testing types, functional testing is having nearly 70% market share. In functional automation testing or automated functional testing, Selenium tool is having nearly 70% market share. See, in automation testing, functional testing is primary area. For functional testing, Selenium tool is #1 tool. Other tools, Test Complete, SmartBit Test Complete, UFT, IBM RFT, Micro Focus UFT, IBM RFT, Silk Test, Watir, etc. Okay, ours is prime area. Software testing, automation testing, or functional automated testing, or automated functional testing, Selenium tool. Conclusion: automated functional testing using Selenium. Okay. Selenium is a functional and regression test tool for testing computer web applications at the system test level. Okay. Selenium is for functional testing. Functional testing is tested type. Regression testing is not a separate type. Regression testing means change related testing. As part of functional testing, we conduct regression testing on modified builds. See, regression testing is part of performance testing, part of mobile testing, etc. See, as part of, in our scenario, as part of functional testing, we conduct regression testing, change related testing. Okay, Selenium supports functional and regression testing of computer web applications. Okay, Selenium supports computer web applications for functional testing. It doesn't support desktop applications like one-tier, two-tier applications, Notepad, MS Office, Acrobat Reader. They are one-tier applications. Okay, and it doesn't support mobile applications, computer web applications. At the system test level, see, in software testing, we have 4 levels: unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and the acceptance testing. Our Selenium doesn't support functional testing at the unit test level or integration test level. It supports functional testing where at system test level. Okay. Testers may vary from one level to another. Developers conduct unit testing. Independent testers, we independent testers conduct testing at system test level, testing on integrated system. Next, end users may conduct acceptance testing. Okay, one conclusion: Selenium supports functional testing of computer web applications at the system test level. Okay. Next, Selenium is not a complete test tool. It requires some third-party frameworks and plugins in order to broaden the scope of testing. Say, Selenium is an open source software. It's not a complete test tool. See, Selenium can identify our application elements. For example, web application elements. Button is element, web button, image, link, radio button, checkbox, drop down box, combo box, list box, etc. are web elements. Link is powerful element in web. Okay, Selenium is not complete test tool. It recognizes or locates or identifies web elements in web pages and perform actions on web elements. Suppose click Gmail link in Google homepage. Selenium can locate Gmail link availability in the Google homepage and click on that link. Click is action. Suppose checkbox, check is action, uncheck is action. Drop down box, selecting an item is action. Suppose 8 box, entering a value into 8 box is an action. Okay. See, our Selenium basically supports locating web or HTML elements and performs actions on elements. These are not enough for conducting automation testing. Result reporting is there. Selenium doesn't have built-in result report facility. Suppose commutator of Selenium, UFT, formerly QTP. UFT has built-in features. UFT has recording feature. UFT has built-in editor for writing tests or test scripts. UFT has recording feature. UFT has checkpoints, output values, recovery scenarios, etc. But Selenium doesn't have built-in features. No result report facility. No built-in checkpoints for inserting verification, etc. It depends on other software. Okay, see once again, Selenium is not a complete test tool. It requires some third-party frameworks and plugins in order to broaden the scope of testing. Okay. Next, Selenium is an open source software. Suppose in this category, functional and regression testing category, UFT, Micro Focus UFT, commercial tool. Smart Bear Test Complete, commercial tool. IBM RFT, commercial tool. Selenium, open source. Watir, open source. Okay. Selenium is an open source software. It uses some open source software, third-party software, some open source software to create full-fledged test environment. Already I told Selenium is not a complete test tool. Suppose UFT. If you install UFT in your computer, you need not install VB script engine. You need not install MS Access engine for supporting SQL commands. You need not install spreadsheet like integrated spreadsheet for data related operations. You need not install any other supporting software for UFT, RFT, etc. commercial tools. But for Selenium, supporting software required. Why? It is not a complete test tool. Okay. See once again, Selenium is an open source software and it uses some open source software to create full-fledged test environment. Okay. Next, Selenium supports Java, Python, C#, JavaScript, Ruby, and Kotlin programming languages. All are object-oriented programming languages. Languages to write test cases. We need to use any one of those languages to write test cases. Not all. You can choose any one of those languages. Suppose UFT, commutator of Selenium. UFT supports VB script only, but our Selenium supports 6 programming languages. You can choose any one of those languages. Next, the Selenium test environment is dynamic. Suppose UFT test environment is static, fixed. RFT test environment is static, fixed. but Selenium test environment is dynamic. Why? It depends on the programming language we select. Suppose if you select Java for Selenium, then you can use Eclipse IDE as editor, Maven as build automation tool, JUnit or TestNG as testing framework, etc. Suppose if you choose Python for programming, Python, Java with Python, you can choose PyCharm IDE for writing and executing test cases. You can choose PyTest or PyUnit testing framework, etc. So Selenium test environment depends on programming language that we select. Okay. Selenium, suppose we select Java for Selenium, then we use Eclipse IDE as an editor, TestNG framework as test runner, Maven as build automation tool, etc. Okay. I am focusing on Java, Selenium with Java, or Java for Selenium. Okay. Nearly 70% Selenium testers are using Java for Selenium, as Java is having highest market share in this area. So you try to learn Java for Selenium. See, already we discussed it. Already I told Selenium supports 6 programming languages to write and execute test cases. You can choose any one of those languages. In these 6 languages, Java is only having nearly 70% of market share. Companies using Java. Remaining 5 languages are having only 30% of market share. So prefer Java for Selenium. Okay. Next, Java can be used with Selenium in automating web applications, no matter which language the application is written. Observe this concept. Suppose Selenium supports web applications. What type of web applications? Any web application. Suppose our web application, our AUT, application under test. Suppose our AUT developed in .NET technology, web application, but developed in .NET technology. We can use Java for Selenium, irrespective of our AUT developed technology. You can use Java for Selenium. Say, application development technology, Selenium programming platform may be different. You can use, no problem. Suppose your application developed using, your web application developed using Java technology. If you want to use Python for Selenium or C# for Selenium or Kotlin for Selenium, you can use. So irrespective of the application developed technology, we can use any programming language, Java or Python or something. Okay. See, once again, Java can be used with Selenium in automating web application, no matter which language the application is written. Okay. Next, we integrate Selenium with other software like Java, TestNG, etc., where in Eclipse IDE to create Selenium test environment. Okay. Next, come to mainstream. Java for Selenium. Our focus is usage of programming in Selenium test environment. We selected Java. Not only Java, if you use other programming languages also, these are the areas that we use programming for our automation testing with Selenium. Okay, Java for Selenium, real-time use cases. See, some important uses of programming for Selenium. I am not covering all. Important areas I am covering. Okay, we use Java programming syntax to write Selenium test cases. Say, if we choose Java for Selenium, then we write Selenium test cases using Java programming syntax. Example, Java is case sensitive. Selenium test cases case sensitive. Next, every Java statement should end with semicolon. In our Selenium test case also, every test step should end with semicolon. So we follow Java programming syntax to write test cases. Next, we use Java data types and variables to handle different type of data in Selenium test cases. Suppose in our Selenium test cases, if you want to handle data, numeric data or text names like string type data or Boolean data, logical data, true or false. If you want to handle any type of data in your Selenium test cases, then you have to use data types and variables of Java. Next, we may use Java operators to perform mathematical comparison and logical operations. Next, we use Java conditional or decision-making statements to insert conditions in Selenium test cases. Say, conditional statements, suppose if, else if, nested if, etc. We use Java conditional or decision-making statements to insert conditions in Selenium test cases. Suppose in our Selenium test case, if so and so page opens, then click on so and so link. For that, you can write conditions using Java conditional statements. Next, we use Java loop statements for data-driven testing. See, for repetitive execution of Selenium test steps, we use Java loop statements. Java has 4 loops: for loop, while loop, do while loop, and enhanced for loop. Most of the time we use while loop or for loop. We may not use do while loop and enhanced for loop in our Selenium testing. In interviews also you can explain. I used while loop or for loop only in my project. I never used do while loop and enhanced for loop in my project. Okay. Next, we use Java methods to create reusable functions for Selenium test cases. Say, functions in structured programming are equivalent to methods in object-oriented programming. If you want to, not exact equal, some difference is there, but similarity is there. What is that similarity? Code reusability. For code reusability, we use functions or methods. We use in Java no function concept. It is object-oriented programming language. We use Java methods to create reusable functions for Selenium test cases. Next, we use Java exception handling code. We use Java exception handling code to handle runtime errors in test cases. Sometimes we may get runtime errors in our Selenium test cases. For example, no such element exception, arithmetic exception, etc. To handle the type of runtime errors, we need to use exception handling code. How to get runtime errors? How to know exception handling problem? Perform dry run. After creating a test case, perform dry run. Dry run means sample run. If it is executing properly and providing correct result, no issue. Suppose instead of providing the result, if it is showing runtime error in result console, then handle that error using exception handling code. Runtime error is problem. Exception handling code is solution. See, to handle runtime errors in Selenium test cases, we use exception handling code. Next, we use Java strings to return data from application elements like 8 boxes. Suppose if you want to read data from application objects and store into string variables, and later you can compare this data with expected. For that we use Java strings. Next, we use Java file handling concepts to read data from external files. Next, we use Java JDBC, Java Database Connectivity. It is an API. We use Java JDBC to connect databases with Selenium and conduct database testing. See, using Selenium, we can conduct database testing. See, database testing, three types. Structural database testing. Developers conduct structural database testing at the unit test level. Structural database testing, functional database testing, and non-functional database testing. We conduct functional database testing using Selenium. Selenium doesn't support database testing directly. With the support of programming, for example, Java, with the support of Java JDBC, Java Database Connectivity, we can connect to backend databases, and using SQL commands, we can conduct database testing. See, once again, Selenium doesn't support database testing directly, but we can conduct database testing using Selenium. How? With the support of programming. We use Java JDBC to connect databases with Selenium and conduct database testing. Next, we use Java comment syntax to write comments in Selenium test cases. Writing comments in test case is not mandatory. It is optional but best practice. Suppose if you want to write meaningful comments in your test cases, then you can use programming syntax. On small note, Java Standard Edition or core Java is enough for automation testing using Selenium. Advanced Java is not required. See, once again, Java is a big language, huge amount of features. See, in Java, we have 4 editions. Java Standard Edition or core Java, Java Enterprise Edition or advanced Java, Java Micro Edition for small devices like mobiles. Next, Java FX for developing rich internet applications. For our automation testing, Enterprise Edition not required, Micro Edition not required. Java Standard Edition or core Java is enough for our automation testing. See, this is about usage of programming for Selenium to conduct automation testing.